Good evening, everyone. So, my next topic of discussion, which I am going to discuss with you under anti-protozoal drugs, is anti-leishmania drug and trichomoniasis treatment. So, first of all, I will discuss with you leishmaniasis. Then, I will discuss with you trichomoniasis. So, first of all, leishmaniasis. Leishmaniasis is a parasitic disease transmitted by the bite of sandflies. Three main forms of leishmaniasis are there: cutaneous, which involves the skin at the site of sandfly bite; visceral, which involves the liver, spleen, and bone marrow; mucocutaneous, it involves the mucous membranes of the mouth and nose after spread by a nearby cutaneous lesion. So different species of leishmania cause different forms of diseases. So first of all, visceral leishmaniasis, which is present in the visceral organs. The drugs for treatment is amphotericin B, miltefosine, and this is also known as the Kala-Azar. Visceral leishmaniasis is also known as the Kala-Azar. The drugs are amphotericin B, miltefosine, paromomycin, and sodium stibogluconate. First of all, sodium stibogluconate. It is responsible for what's the mechanism of action is. It suppresses the glycolysis and fatty acid metabolism of the glycosomes, and there's reduced formation of ATP and GTP. And when there's reduced formation of ATP and GTP, the protozoa will die. It is responsible for conversion of non-toxic pentavalent compounds to antimony metal, which is toxic and kills the A mastigotes. Now, A mastigote is the infecting parasite host, uh, infective form of the Leishmania donovani. So it is conversion of the non-toxic pentavalent compounds to antimony metal. It is toxic and it will kill the amastigotes. So it is the first line drug for the visceral leishmaniasis, such as sodium stibogluconate, and it is water soluble pentavalent antimonial. It can be administered by the deep IM injection or by the slow IV injection daily or an alternative. Adverse reactions are nausea, vomiting, metallic taste, cough, pain, abdomen pain, and stiffness of injected muscle, pancreatitis, liver and kidney damage, and myelosuppression. Amphotericin B is the ergosterol synthesis inhibitor. So it will lead to decreased formation of the ergosterol in the cell wall of the uh, parasite. So ergosterol, it has high affinity by binding to it, high preference over miltefosine. Now amphotericin B, it is the cell wall synthesis inhibitor. It has high preference over the miltefosine, and drug of choice is pregnant and breastfeeding mothers. Well, now, amphotericin B, it is the drug of choice for pregnant and breastfeeding mother. Liposomal form is suitable for the visceral leishmaniasis, which is also known as the Kala-Azar, because it delivers a drug inside the reticuloendothelial cells in spleen and liver. The amasticate form lives, but cost is high. Means it will it will deliver the drug into the spleen and liver, the reticuloendothelial cells of the spleen and liver, and the amasticate form where it lives, it will die over there. But the cost of liposomal form is high. Amphotericin B deoxycholate and liposomal amphotericin B. These are the two forms of amphotericin B. 0.75 to 1 milligram per kg IV infusion over 4 hours daily or on alternate days till 5 milligram per kg total dose. Or liposomal amphotericin B 3 to 5 milligram per kg IV infusion daily for 3 to 5 days or 10 milligram per kg single dose IV infusion. This is the dose and duration of treatment of the amphotericin B, liposomal and deoxycholate in the Kala-Azar. Miltefosine, all doses given orally with meals for 28 days. For adults which are greater than 12 years, weighing more than 25 kg, the dose is 100 milligram per day. For the adults who are more than 12 years, weighing less than 25 kg, the dose is 5 milligram per day. Children 2 to 11 years, the dose is 2.5 milligram per kg per day. Miltefosine rapidly is absorbed after oral medication and it is widely distributed in the body. It follows the biphasic elimination. Its early phase half-life is 7 days and terminal half-life is 4 weeks. Biphasic elimination is formed, so it has a long duration of action. Early phase half-life is 7 days and terminal half-life is 4 weeks. ADAs are skin allergy, loss of appetite, that is anorexia, vomiting, diarrhea, increase in hepatic transaminases, rise in serum creatinine, and this is the drug which is teratogenic. Only safe drug is amphotericin B in pregnant women. Paromomycin is the aminoglycoside, so it will cause a misreading of the codons, leading to wrong protein synthesis, leading to killing of the parasite. 15 milligram per kg per day IM for 12 days. 21 days is the dose. It can cause as is a aminoglycoside, it can cause autotoxicity in 2% recipients, reversal elevation of serum transaminases, and injection site pain. And it can also cause the nephrotoxicity, but it is rare. The advantages of the combination therapy in the treatment of Kala-Azar is limiting risk of development of the drug resistance. Drug resistance is less. It has higher efficacy can be attained, and more cure rate is there. Duration of therapy can be decreased. Better compliance and convenience. Overall dose is reduced, and there is less side effects, and the cost is also reduced. So combination therapies, liposomal amphotericin B, 5 mg per kg IV single dose plus miltefosine oral daily for 7 days. Or liposomal amphotericin B, 5 mg per kg IV single dose plus paromomycin IM daily for 10 days. And miltefosine oral daily for 10 days or paromomycin IM daily for 10 days. These are the 3 combination therapies which can be given for the treatment of the Kala-Azar. Suppose Kala-Azar dermal leishmaniasis. It appears in 5 to 10% cases, 6 months to 2 years after apparent cure of the disease as sequelae. Means after the apparent cure of the Kala-Azar, after 6 months to 2 years, this can appear in 5 to 10%, and there will be hypopigmented macules, means there's discoloration of the normal skin pigmentation. Papules means raised structures, hyperpigmented or hypopigmented raised structures, rounded in shape, nodules, which are swellings, hypopigmented nodules, usually on face, upper arms, or trunk, and it occurs mainly in India and East Africa. So treatment is liposomal amphotericin B 5 mg per kg per day IV infusion 2 times per day for 3 weeks. Miltefosine 100 mg orally per day for 12 weeks. Amphotericin B deoxycholate 1 mg per kg IV infusion 60 to 80 doses given in 4 months. So this is the treatment of the post-Kala-Azar dermal leishmaniasis, which involves skin, and there's macules formation, nodules formation, papules formation, and so it results as a sequelae for the Kala-Azar after 6 months to 2 years. Now, cutaneous leishmaniasis, it is the most common form, and it is characterized by one or more sores, papules, or nodules on the skin. Sores can change in size and appearance over time. Sores can usually be painless, but can become painful if secondarily infected. Swollen lymph nodes may be present near the sores. This is development of papules and sores, which can change in size and appearance. And these are basically painless, but they can be painful if they are secondarily infected. And there is also swollen lymph nodes along with the sores. So drugs are for the cutaneous leishmaniasis, antimonials like sodium stibogluconate, which is the first line drug for the treatment, which is toxic. So other drugs are meglumine, antimonate, diamidine, and pentamidine. Other drugs which can be given for cutaneous leishmaniasis are liposomal amphotericin B, ketoconazole, miltefosine, allopurinol for mucosal and visceral leishmaniasis. So pentamidine, it interacts with kinetoplast DNA and inhibits the topoisomerase 2 and interferes with aerobic glycolysis. Means there will be no ATP formation, or there can be a DNA uncoiling cannot occur place. So DNA formation will not take place. DNA application will not occur. So protein synthesis will not occur, and that will lead to death of the parasite. Doses 4 milligram per kg IM or slow IV over 1 hour on alternate days for 5 to 25 weeks. Still, no parasites are seen in splenic aspirates. Still, no parasites are seen in the splenic aspirates. We can give this dose 4 milligram per kg IM or slow IV for 5 to 25 weeks. Adverse reactions, it releases the histamine, so it causes fall in BP, collapse, palpitations, rigors, and chills. Local tissue necrosis can occur and patient may remain in supine position for half to 1 hour. The patient has to remain in supine position because releases histamine, so leading to fall in blood pressure and collapse. So when the patient takes the pentamidine, he has to remain in supine position for half to 1 hour. So trichomoniasis is a common type of the sexually transmitted disease, and it is the trichomoniasis is the result of infection parasite by Trichomonas vaginalis, in which there is parasite multiples and infects the vagina of the woman. In trichomoniasis, the vagina is affected, and there is discharge from the vagina. There is itching, burning sensation, and in the vagina, and there can be a discharge, greenish color discharge from the vagina can occur, from the urethra can occur. In men, Trichomonas vaginalis infects the epididymis, prostate, and the bladder. In men, it infects the epididymis, prostate, or the bladder. Drugs used orally are treated with either a large single dose of metronidazole, 2 gram per month daily, or with a smaller dose, 400 milligram, 3 times a day for 7 days, or tinidazole 600 milligram daily for 7 days, or secnidazole 2 gram single dose. So this is the line of treatment for trichomoniasis. Metronidazole, tinidazole, or secnidazole can be given in given doses. Now, drugs which are used intravaginally for the treatment of the Trichomonas vaginalis infection, that is trichomoniasis, can be clotrimazole, which is antifungal drug, 100 milligram. Vaginal suppository is available. Metronidazole is contraindicated in first trimester. Quiniticlor, 200 milligram inserted in vagina every night for 1 to 3 weeks. Diiodohydroxyquine, 200 milligram inserted intravaginally at bedtime for 1 to 2 weeks. Povidone iodine, 400 milligram inserted in the vagina daily at night for 2 weeks. So these 4 drugs can be given intravaginally to treat the infection of trichomoniasis, that is the which is caused by Trichomonas vaginalis, like clotrimazole, quiniticlor, dihydroxyquine, and povidone iodine. Thank you. That's all. Be happy, be blessed. Stay safe, happy learning. All the very best. Thank you. I hope you understood this video. And if you understood this video, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel, that is Dr. Nitika Pharmacology Discussion. I will be very thankful to you if you subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Be happy, be blessed. Stay safe, happy learning. All the very best. Thank you.